Should you specialize in one thing or learn a bit of everything in your product career? For years, the advice has been to focus deeply on one skill while knowing a little bit about the other areas. What's known as being T-shaped. It sounds smart, right? But here's the problem. AI is getting scarily good at specialized tasks. So if you only specialize in one thing, what happens when AI starts doing it better than you? That's why the most valuable people in product development today, they aren't just T-shaped, they're comb-shaped. They develop deep expertise in multiple areas, making them more adaptable and harder to replace. Hey humans, I'm Brom, a UX and product designer, just trying to keep up with the madness that is AI and what that means for product design and development. There was a time when specializing in one thing, whether that was UX, UI, product management or development, meant you were sorted for life. But today, that's just not enough. I was at ProductCon at the Barbican Centre in London recently. Basically, a big gathering of product nerds talking about the future of product, tech and business. One talk really stuck with me about how AI is fundamentally changing the skills that companies need. You've probably already heard the phrase jack of all trades, master of none. But did you know there's another version? I didn't until recently. It goes, jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of one. All these years, I thought being a generalist was actually a bad thing, but this version perfectly explains why broadening your skill set actually makes you more valuable, not less. If I could, I'd probably shorten it even more to just jack of all trades, master of some. In fact, I actually want that on a t-shirt now. So what do we mean by T-shaped and comb-shaped? Let's dig a little deeper into the concept. T-shaped product people are like that person at a pub quiz who know a little about everything but absolutely crush in one category. Like that one mate who knows way too much about 90s rock bands. They have a broad knowledge across multiple subjects, but go very deep in a single one. In the design and product world, this has been the gold standard for years because it allows for deep specialization and also collaboration with other disciplines because you understand the basics of what they do too. But here's the catch. When things change fast, hello AI, being great at one thing might just not be enough anymore. Remember when being a social media manager meant manually writing posts, scheduling content, and generating images? Then AI-powered tools like ChatGPT, Buffer, and Canva started automating content creation, scheduling, and even engagement. Companies didn't need as many social media managers for simple tasks. They needed people who understood branding, strategy, and data-driven growth. The ones who adapted thrived. The ones who only relied on posting tweets, well, they got replaced by an algorithm. The same thing is happening now with AI in product design and development. Now, comb-shaped product people are like the Swiss Army knives of the product world. They don't just master one thing, they build deep expertise in multiple areas. Think UX research, wireframing, analytics, maybe even some coding or business strategy. Instead of being locked into one specialism, they can pivot when the industries shift. They can integrate new tools like AI into their workflows, and they can solve problems holistically by drawing on multiple skill sets. A T-shaped person is like being really good at making pizzas, but that's all you do. A comb-shaped person? They make pizzas, they might also grill a steak, make pasta, and probably know how to drive a moped to deliver it all too. And in a world where AI is constantly changing the game, companies aren't looking for pizza chefs anymore. They want people who can adapt, solve problems across different disciplines, and make the most of new technology. That's why comb-shaped people are becoming the MVPs of the product design and development world. For years, specializing in one thing was seen as the best career move. Be the best UI designer, be the go-to developer, and you'd be sorted. But here's where things get tricky. AI is now really good at those deep specialisms. Think about it. AI can generate UI designs in seconds, putting together complex designs in the fraction of a time it takes a skilled designer. The skilled designer's work might be better at the moment, but they can't compete with the speed at which AI can generate multiple ideas. Take a simple UI task, designing a mobile app screen. Figma's AI-powered design tools can generate 10 variations in seconds. Now imagine you're a UI designer who only knows about layout design. You just went from valuable to redundant in less than a minute. But if you also understand UX research, interaction patterns, and usability heuristics, you can refine those AI-generated designs into something actually usable. AI can write UX copy faster than a human. Writing content for your app, blog, or other content-heavy sources used to take writers significant amounts of time and thinking. AI can generate a book in much less than an hour. Think UX research is safe? AI-powered tools like Maze and Hotjar can already analyze user behavior and generate insights without a researcher researcher lifting a finger. The value now lies not in gathering the data, but in knowing how to ask the right questions and interpret insights correctly. That's where a comb-shaped designer really stands out. AI can analyze user behavior and suggest optimizations. Skilled data analysts can infer meaning and pull out insights from multiple data sources. This takes time, experience, and skill. AI can now do a huge amount of this in a fraction of the time. Instead of spending hours manually reviewing heat maps and session recordings, AI can instantly highlight patterns and drop-off points. But AI still can't tell you why users behave that way. You still need the human insight to interpret the findings and take meaningful action. So if your one superpower is something that AI can now do in a fraction of the time, what happens next? This is exactly why comb-shaped product designers and developers have the edge. Instead of being boxed into a single skill, they adapt to new technologies instead of panicking that AI is going to take their job. They use AI as a tool, and they don't see it as a threat, working with it and not against it. They bridge gaps between disciplines, understanding how each one works, making them the glue that holds the team together. Instead of fearing AI, the best product people use it. Instead of spending hours mocking up 20 wireframe options, they let AI do the grunt work. Then they refine the best ones using their deep design knowledge. Instead of manually analyzing surveys, they use AI to summarize key insights and focus their time on making strategic decisions. AI isn't replacing these people, it's making them faster, sharper, and way more valuable. For example, let's say you're a UI designer. AI tools start churning out wireframes and layouts automatically, making traditional UI work less valuable. A T-shaped designer might see this as a problem, but a comb-shaped designer who also understands UX research, interaction design, and analytics uses AI to speed up their workflow, refine AI-generated designs, and create something truly user-centered. That's the difference between being easily replaced and being absolutely indispensable. The best product designers and developers don't just follow instructions, they create and they innovate. T-shaped people can sometimes get stuck in their lane, looking at problems only through the lens of their specialism. But comb-shaped people? They pull ideas from multiple disciplines, meaning they solve problems more creatively because they can approach challenges from different angles. They can collaborate better because they understand how multiple roles and disciplines fit together. They design and build better products because they think beyond just visuals and consider behavior, psychology, and business goals. Let's say you're working on an e-commerce checkout flow. If you're only a UI designer, your focus is mostly making it look incredibly slick. But if you also understand conversion psychology, business goals, and interaction design, you could optimize things like button placement so that users don't have to hunt for the Pay Now button. You can write microcopy that builds trust, reassuring people that their payment details are secure. You can use AI-driven analytics tools to spot friction points, like unexpected drop-offs or form fields that cause hesitation, and refine the flow to boost conversions. This big picture thinking is what makes comb-shaped product people so valuable. They don't just design and build screens, they design and build experiences that actually work. You're probably thinking, okay, but how do I actually do this? It all sounds great in theory, but what are the steps to get there? Start with skills that naturally complement what you already do. If you're a UI designer, learn some UX research. Great visuals mean nothing if we don't actually solve real problems. Learning UX research helps you design based on data, not just guesswork, ensuring things like buttons and layouts and flows work more naturally for our users. If you're a product manager, pick up basic coding or analytics. Understanding things like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript let you build prototypes rather than having to wait on developers. Adding analytics tools to your toolset helps you track real user behavior, making your research more actionable. If you're a developer, expanding your toolset to include things like AI automation can be a real game changer. AI-powered tools like ChatGPT can help you write unit tests or debug code, while automation platforms streamline repetitive tasks. By mastering these tools, you can move your focus from routine coding to more strategic, high-impact work like solving complex problems and contributing to the overall product strategy. By adding the right skills, you become more adaptable, efficient, and harder to replace. So, Start thinking about how you can leverage AI as your own assistant. You can use it to speed up the boring stuff. AI can automate repetitive tasks like generating wireframes, transcribing user interviews, or even suggesting A/B test ideas, saving you hours of manual work. Tools like UIZard can turn sketches into high-fidelity designs. Notion AI can summarize research findings, and tools like Looker can generate branding assets in seconds. By letting AI handle the grunt work, you can focus on strategy, creativity, and solving real user problems. Learn how AI fits into your job role rather than fearing it will replace it. AI isn't here to replace product designers and developers, it's here to enhance what we do. The trick is knowing when to use it. Instead of seeing AI like a threat, think of it like a collaborator or a superpower, one that helps you test ideas faster, generate ideas quicker, and automate tedious tasks. Those who learn to work with AI instead of fight against it will be the ones that stay ahead. By embracing AI as a tool, you free up time for more deeper, creative work, which is exactly what makes a product person so indispensable. But start small and then expand. Don't try and learn all these skills overnight. Trying to master coding, AI, UX research, and data analytics all in one go, that's a fast track to burnout. Instead, pick one tool that complements what you already do and focus on applying it in small ways. Add one skill at a time and apply it to your projects. If you're a UI designer, start by running a simple usability test on your next project. If you're a product manager, try experimenting with analytics tools to gain deeper insight into user behavior. Learning by doing will also help you absorb these new skills without feeling overwhelmed. And before you know it, you'll naturally evolve into a comb-shaped person, one who can't be easily replaced and who thrives in the AI era. The best digital workers today aren't just specialists. They're multi-skilled, adaptable, and unafraid to evolve. When I started out as a designer, I focused purely on UI design. Things like layouts, color palettes, typography, that was my deep skill. But over time, I was constantly waiting on researchers for user insights or copywriters for content, so I started learning the basics of UX research and writing. Suddenly, I wasn't just designing screens anymore, I was designing experiences. Clients stopped seeing me as just a designer and started involving me in bigger strategic decisions. That shift made me more valuable, and I'm doing it all over again in the AI era. It's kind of fun. I hope you now see the importance of diversifying your skill set beyond the T-shaped model. So where do you stand? Are you still T-shaped, or are you ready to develop a comb-shaped skill set? If you want to learn more about how to level up your product design and development skills, check out this video here. Go on, click it. In the meantime, keep calm, stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one. Just waiting for the washing machine to stop.